Welcome to Comadres y Comics. Comadres y Comics is a podcast hosted by 3 Latina women.
We highlight the Latinx presence in the comic book industry as creators, characters, and fans.
Join us as we talk CHISME, comics, fandom, and beer.
Hello, and welcome to a new episode of Comadres y Comics.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 273. We're your host, I'm Sarah.
I'm Kristen.
And I'm Jen.
All right, guys. Just want to apologize ahead of time. I don't know, and I'm certain how this audio is going to turn out just because my microphone is not picking up any sound whatsoever. So now I'm thinking that it's the wire because I don't think it's the microphone. It's like, I think 2 years old. So apologies for that. I'm using my little head things and I can't put my my glass on because you get this glare. But anyway,
Well, to be honest, you sound 100% louder and clearer than you have with the microphone in the most recent episode.
Do you think maybe then it is the microphone? It might be the microphone then. Damn it.
Yeah.
It might be the mic. Okay, I have a question for you guys. Am I frozen on your screen? Because I'm frozen on mine. Like this isn't a half.
It's not.
Oh, there she goes.
There she goes. One day, as Kristen says, we're gonna record without any problems. We're just gonna get on, and everything's gonna work, and it's gonna be a miracle. And we're all gonna bask in the joy of.
You know, I love how I was murdered instantly. Like we figure out one thing, and next thing you know, the trials and tribulations of recording.
Yes. So anyway, we're back. We took another week off because I went to Alaska and it was fabulous. I saw the Northern Lights and I ran into some people at a restaurant that were there studying the Northern Lights, the Aurora Borealis, and they said that that I came at a good time because they said that every 10 years there's like really a lot of activity, and I was smack in the 10-year range. And
nice.
Yeah, they look so vibrant in the pictures that you sent us.
Yeah, it was just really amazing. And the reason I butted into their conversation is because the young lady that was with the pair of guys was saying that she's from California, and I'm like, oh, I'm from California. Where are you from in California? And she said Berkeley. And I was like, oh yeah, that's so cool. And she's like, where are you from? I'm like, we're from Compton. And instantly, like, they're like, oh, we're fans. And I'm like, oh, thank you. I mean, of all the talent that came out of Compton. But that was really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had a great time, and I didn't want to come back. But Frank definitely hates it. He hates it with a passion. Yeah. He became a bear. I didn't account for I accounted for, like the cold and everything, but I didn't account for the sunrise was at 10:30 and sunset was at 3:30. So I didn't account for the shortened day. So I was thinking I was gonna be riding my bike in the snow all day, and nope, not really. But all the activities we had kind of fit into that time range. But yeah, every time the sun would go down, like we would stay up for a little bit because the Borealis were like going, and then Frank would sleep in until 10, which he never does. So that was really strange for me, and I was like, "Are you all right?" Like.
You know, I never thought I was beholden to like the actual rising and setting of the sun until like this like past couple of years since I moved up here. As soon as the sun goes down, I'm just all like depression, immediate depression. I was just all like, what the fuck? I was just so used to California, Southern California, being like sunny all the time, sunny all the way until like 7 p.m. The sun does not set. And over here, it's like gone by 5 p.m. Earlier sometimes, and I'm just all like, wow, this is actually miserable.
Wow.
We need a light box.
Oh, did you think those work for people?
People say they do, yeah.
Oh shit. Well, I don't have the problem because I'm back in California now, but um Southern California, not Northern. So anyway, yeah, he
Mhm.
just turned into like a big bear, just like completely hibernating a lot of the time. It was crazy. But we didn't have anything else to do because it was dark
Hibernating.
already, so it kind of worked out. At least he got some rest, so I think that was good. But yeah. All right, guys, now it's time for Chisme de la Semana, and I have some chisme. I have some chisme. Guess what, guys? Lore Olympus is becoming an animated series on Prime Video.
Wow.
Apparently,
Wow.
it's going to be Julia Cooperman who will be the showrunner, writer, and executive producer for Lore Olympus show, which is created by uh, Rachel Smites. Am I saying that right?
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah,
so.
so I'm very interested. Like, I really love the art from the webtoons comic, and then the actual published book comic.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that's gonna go over for me as a fan, where somebody else is
Mhm.
going to be creating the art, and I wonder how that happened. Did she sell her rights to her characters? Not sure. But there's some saucy stuff. So is it going to be like an animated series for adults?
Obviously.
Yeah.
Or are they going to cut that out? Like, I want to know more?
Oh, but that's central to the storytelling. I mean, it's Greek gods, isn't it?
Yeah. It
So,
Yes.
I
is.
mean, what else do Greek gods do but create havoc and have sex?
Yeah.
Yes, this is true.
The original frat party. The Greek gods. The Greek pantheon.
So it doesn't really say when it's going to be estimated to release, but it's in the works, is what I'm getting here. So that's very exciting news about Lore Olympus, and that's some great cheese on my part. Do you have any cheese, Kirsten?
Mhm.
Well, I just had a friend come into the shop. His wife works at Disneyland, and this wasn't really insider information, but he had the scoop, but it's all over the internet that Disneyland's Galaxy's Edge, the Star Wars land at Disneyland uh, Disneyland Resort is going
Mhm.
to be experiencing a retcon in storytelling. So
Oh.
if you've ever been to Edge of or Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland, you know that all of the cast members there are under strict instructions to not break character. So they like if you ask them where's the bathroom, they are like, what's a bathroom? Or
Mhm.
if they, ask if you're asking for something specific, like even the little Coke bottles aren't cans or the big
Mhm.
plastic kind. They're tiny little round things, and they have like Batu writing on it.
Mhm.
So it is supposed to be a very immersive experience. Well, if you're a Star Wars fan and you ever went to Galaxy's Edge and you asked about Luke Skywalker or Princess Leia or Han Solo, they would tell you, "Oh, that's just lore. That's just legend. That's not
Mhm.
true."
What?
Because Galaxy's Edge is set between The Last Jedi and then Rise of Skywalker. So in
Mhm.
that timeline, those people don't exist yet.
Mhm.
So what Disney is doing is retconning all of that so that those characters are now going to be present at Galaxy's Edge. So specifically, Darth Vader was already there. You've seen
Mhm.
him walking around and stuff, but Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Princess Leia are all going to start to be part of that.
Be added to the cast.
Yes,
Yeah.
Galaxy's Edge world. And in order to kind of introduce this change, they are going to be releasing a new comic book run called Star Wars Echoes of the Empire. And it's going to be releasing April 22nd. It's going to be written by Ethan Sachs, and it's going to directly tie in to the changes that are happening at Disneyland.
That's super cool. I haven't been at Galaxy's Edge, so that's why I don't know what's going on.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
so it's it's a very cool experience. Like I said, the cast members are under strict rules that they have to stay in character. They have to stick to their script. They each have like their own little like thing that they're doing when they're there. So like they all have missions they have to do, and sometimes they will like ask you to help them. And it's actually, they did a really good job. It's like you walk in and it's like the rest of Disneyland doesn't exist. And so I've been twice, but not before the second ride opened. So there's a lot there that I haven't seen or experienced. But, and also I went when it was really kind of newly open, and it was so crowded. You couldn't get into the restaurant. It was standing room only. It was a big deal. I mean, Star Wars fans are fanatic for sure.
Yeah. It's like, that's one of the things that I've always heard about like Galaxy's Edge, is that people are like, it's really immersive. Like you feel like you're part of the like background and stuff like that, which is like cool in and of itself. But at the same time, I'm just all like, y'all really that desperate?
I wouldn't mind dressing up and going there, and having like a drink or whatever. Like with like a poncho or something, with some kind of like boots and like I don't know, like lightsaber.
People mistake you for a cast member.
Yeah. That would be cool. But that's some good chisme. And now it's time for On My Radar. Kristen, what is on your radar?
So, I do not know if you know this, but Vertigo is coming back. Vertigo had a...
Vertigo. Oh, Vertigo.
Vertigo had... Vertigo had a very brief... what I want to say, bout of success back in 18, I want to say 19. And we were, Comadres Comics was right in the middle of it all. We hosted a signing for a book called Border Town at Heidi Ho Comics, and we were looking forward to American Carnage that was going to be coming out by Brian, I can't remember his last name, but very, very interesting concept for that book. And then there was a whole bunch of controversy that came out about the writer of Border Town, and next thing you know, Vertigo was no more. And it is now 2026, and in October of 2025, DC came out and announced that they were going to relaunch Vertigo with 10 new titles beginning February 2026. And the very first of those is a book called, what is it called? Bleeding Hearts. Yes. So Bleeding Hearts, and I've already read it. They included a full solicitation of issue number 1 for FOC this week, or last week actually. And it is about a zombie apocalypse, but it's a very interesting take. In this story, the zombies have won, and the zombies now have taken over Earth. They've created their own societies, their own language, their own, social constructs, and they are just existing in life. And there is the main character, Poke, which is short for, I think, mouse pokes golf ball through head, hole in head. And so his name is Poke, and he and his best friend are just living their best zombie lives until one day Poke realizes his heart is beating again. And so what does that mean for a zombie who was dead? Now his heart is beating, so potentially he's alive, and all the other zombies, his zombie friends, will probably see that as food. And also in issue number 1, he happens upon a human, because there are still survivors. And what's going to happen is this beating heart allowing him to not see humans as food. And there is actually a scene in there where his friend, there's a fresh kill, and he goes to give him some food, and Poke gets kind of nauseous and is like, no, I'm not hungry. So I thought that this was a really interesting take on the zombie apocalypse. You're kind of like going backwards now, like now a zombie has lived as a zombie, and what about the potential of now being able to go back to human? And so that is Bleeding Hearts number 1, and it's written by Dennis Camp, I think is his last name. He is getting a lot of really big acclaim because he is currently the writer of Absolute Martian Manhunter. And I haven't read that one yet because they keep selling out of the trade and we can't order it. All of the Absolute trades are on second printings, and they're not coming out till February. But he also wrote something called 20th Century Men, and he's also writing Assorted Crisis Events, which is on the best of 2025 list. Both Martian Manhunter and Assorted Crisis Events are on best of 2025. So he's an up and coming writer, or he's already a up and came writer. People really are interested in anything that he writes, and this is going to be the first Vertigo title written by him, and it is due out in February, I believe 11th or 14th. I think it's the second week of February.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what it reminds me of? Warm Bodies.
That's right. And he falls in love with that woman that's alive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
if I remember correctly, Warm Bodies was based off of a YA book, I think.
Oh.
So, yeah. Interesting.
All right, guys, now it's time for our book review. What are we reviewing today? We are reviewing Harriet Tubman, Demon Slayer. Finally got the trade paperback. Very excited about that.
Yay!
It's Django Unchained meets Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Harriet Tubman, Demon Slayer, a supernatural comic series based on the true life of the freedom fighter herself that is flavored with genre liberties in the spirit of Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. When slave owners can't stop the formidable warrior Harriet Tubman, they call on the help of vampires, werewolves, witches, and demons to stop her. Harriet Tubman must lead a family of slaves to freedom while battling an army of darkness. This is issues 1 through 6.
And
honestly,
was this a full run?
I'm sorry?
I said, was this like is it like only volume 1, or is there going to be a volume 2?
Oh yeah.
The way that this one ended, there is clearly another story arc to come. But who knows how many years it's going to take for that to come.
Yeah.
Because
that's mostly what I was seeing.
This here, I remember the first single issue actually had distribution through Diamond. And I don't remember if it was under this publishing company, the King's Men or whatever publishing company this was. I want to say that it came out under an actual smaller, like, Boom or something like that, IDW. I'm making that up, but I feel like it actually had a publisher. And then I think maybe there was a couple of issues that I saw coming out that way, and then it just disappeared. So I don't know if they lost distribution or if this was very close to COVID and that happened. I can't remember, but I do remember ordering this book.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks like they took to Kickstarter starting on issue 2, I want to say.
Okay.
So, but still, I was pleasantly surprised by how much I liked this, cause I tried reading Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. I couldn't get into it.
I have that book somewhere because I also wanted to read it.
Yeah, and everybody was just like, "It's so good" or whatever. Like same thing. I couldn't get into Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies. What's another one like? So I was like, I kind of like saw the genre that this was going, and I was just like, I'll give it a shot. I was pleasantly surprised by how much I liked it. Despite the like, because to me, when like fantasy, and this was my problem with El Peso Hero as well. I remember saying is that when like real historical like elements are taken and then you put like the fantastical to them, sometimes I'm just like they had like real problems to deal with, you get me? But you know what, like slavers and slave catchers, you know what, they were vampires, they were blood-sucking vampires. So this like that leap in my brain wasn't hard to do, so I was just like, no, this fits. This doesn't even like sound that out there of like I can 100% believe some southern person doing the occult trying to catch Harriet Tubman.
Yes. That actually that part was very interesting in that, because in the story, just a brief little synopsis, Harriet Tubman is Harriet Tubmanian. I can't say Harriet Tubman Ian, whatever. She's doing her thing that we all know that she did, that she is freeing slaves and she's helping them get to safety. And the lore in this book is that she has done it so many times and freed so many slaves that she's pissed the slave owners off so much that they have taken to getting this vampire or demon dude to actually catch her and kill her. And so what he does is he summons all of the things like vampires and werewolves. There you go. Supernatural beings that are in existence in this world, puts a bounty on her head and basically waits to see who's the first to capture her. So 100%, given that, you know, we know from history that she in fact did help free so many slaves, I could see this happening if that was actually in fact true, that a demon, they would have to enlist a demon to come and catch her because she was just so amazing. One critique that I did have, and one thing that I didn't like, was that she explained this power, because she does have kind of like Slayer-ish, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer type powers. She is like superhuman powered. She can jump really high. She is amazing with katanas. She punches really hard. So she has like actual Slayer-like properties, but she explains it away by, oh, remember that time I got hit in the head with a brick and I just woke up different? I didn't like that. I would have rather it have been some sort of like chosen one story, like how Buffy is. Like, this is something that was innate to her.
And
I don't know. I thought.
I'm so sorry. Go ahead, Jeff.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was a reference to Buffy, TVH. Like, that Buffy, like, hit her head or something and she woke up like that. But apparently it's not. My bad.
I don't remember that in Buffy.
Exactly. Shows what I know about Buffy.
I do remember that Harriet Tubman did have a head injury, and after that, she described it as that curing, like that God was speaking to her, and that's what like propelled her to help free some slaves. I'm not sure if it was 100% sure, but I did remember hearing that sometime in the somewhere in the internets.
Yeah.
And
Okay, so
she
you're
was
talking about the real Harriet Tubman.
yeah, the real Harriet. So I think they
Okay.
made reference to that.
Well, if that is in fact true, then I can understand that reference and how they kind of took that lore and wove it into the story. But I still stand by my words. I would have liked it to be something that like she was born into.
Yeah. It's so funny though, because like as I was reading it, I was like consuming it, I realized like all that I know about Harriet Tubman is that she was like she was called Moses. She helped like she like did the most. Like she helped so many slaves escape that she was the most wanted person in like the United States at one point. Like
Wow.
um um yes. And then like but anything like personal details and stuff like that, who like how and how she was as a person. Like I have this image of her that is half myth, half like legend, and also like half like like not apathetic history, because history is still tinged a little bit from the surroundings that you're, but it is almost like like saint-esque, like
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
that she's kind of taken on this like divine like saint like image, but that like but she was a person,
Right.
she was a human being. And I don't really know much about her. I never really like with the same vigor that I would like Dolores Huerte, which is a shame now that I think about it, because she was such an impactful woman that she has made it into history books. She's taught along well with like Black history. She is Black history. But
Right.
unfortunately, I don't really know that much about her.
So I'm just Googling right now because same. Do you know that as a kid, I literally thought that she was taking the slaves underground. I didn't
Oh
realize that the
yeah.
term underground was just like
Yeah.
hidden and secret,
Yeah,
and
secret,
that
yeah.
it wasn't actually a train that would go underground. Anyway,
Yeah.
I thought it was
um,
an underground train too for a long
yeah.
time.
Mm.
So as I just was Googled because I want to know, was there some kind of historical truth or relevance to her having an adopted white son in this story?
Mhm.
Oh, that's
Like
right.
what she had. So this white guy just shows up out of nowhere to help fight as they are traveling along the way. She's trying to get this family somewhere safe. They are escaping their plantation because the husband did something. He punched the plantation owner, and the plantation who kissed him. I want to know more
Yeah.
about that. Like, did he do that on purpose to piss him off and get hit so that he could retaliate? Or was he really making advances towards him? It wasn't clear. But anyway,
Mhm.
he promised Caesar, is that his name? That he was gonna hang his daughter in the morning. So he goes to save the daughter and get the wife, and they are fleeing, and Harriet just happens to meet them in the forest when they are surrounded by vampires. And then they're fighting, and all of a sudden this white guy comes out and starts fighting with them, and then in conversation a little bit later on, it comes out that it's her son, and he keeps making the joke that, can't you see we're related, our palms are the same color.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to know more about that. Like, we had 6 issues and we didn't learn why is he helping to fight, where did he come from, how did this Black woman in this time era adopt a white boy. So there was
My guess is that he's Irish.
missing from that part of the story. And I know that the story was about the family fleeing and the daughter being safe, and then at the end there's a twist, and that's probably what the second story arc is going to cover. But yeah, there was questions that I had about that guy. and questions that I had about her origin. And then what else? I think there was something else that I had questions about. But I'm a huge fan of Buffy, and it really I've never seen Django Unchained, so I don't know anything about that. But I really did enjoy this idea of Harriet Tubman being a slayer of all supernatural, and I enjoyed the story too. I had lots of questions, but it's because I was like invested. I wanted to know more.
Yeah, same. It was a really fun premise. I enjoyed how action packed and action forward it was. Like, it tried to answer some questions, but most of the time it was very much about the action, the fact that she is a demon slayer and these kind of like fantastical monsters and stuff like that. I get that. This is just volume 1, and we are going to get further issues. I would like to know. These are relevant questions to me. I want to know.
Yes.
Inquiring
minds want to know.
I actually want to know more about why
that
there
looks
were
so cool.
Different artists for almost every issue, I believe. I don't know if it was like
that's just Kickstarter.
A choice, maybe.
That's just.
Not sure, but
It could have just been because he self-published, and there was so much time in between this trade that you're seeing in your hand and when he very first started this project. Artists get busy, they move on to other things, or they start charging too much, and so it might have just been that he was forced to change artists.
But I also wanted to say that usually when they change artists, like all the time, it's a little jarring, but not in this instance, because I felt like so invested in the story that even the art, the subtle changes in artists were not like jarring. It was just kind of, it just flowed anyway. And because we get introduced to different type of demons, I thought that was really, in a sense, kind of clever. But you're absolutely right. It could have been just the time between issues that it might have been an issue. But also, I totally want to know more about the woman towards the end of the story. I want to know more. I want to know why she's with that dude. I want to know what the heck's going on there. Like, I know we got a little taste of it, but I'm so intrigued.
I don't remember her name, but she struck me as like a voodoo queen.
Yes.
I mean, she's obviously like a witch or something like that, and they have dealings with demons. And sometimes you marry the demon that you summon.
No, but I really liked it. It actually was worth the wait. It took me so long to get the book, since I saw it on the window of Black Star Comics. And it was like, the trade paperback was like, they were selling it for like $55. And I was like, I can't afford
a
$55 comic book. I can't explain that to my husband. Anyway, and then we finally met him at San Diego Comic-Con, and he was selling his single issues, but he had run out of 2 issues, and so I purchased all of the issues with promise that he would send me the last 2 issues that he was missing. And the problem was just delivery. Like, I don't think he even has them delivered yet. So he then provided me with the trade paperback, because honestly, I just wanted to read the story. And then I purchased the PDF file for you guys to read too, and we can review it. So it's been a very long road to get here and actually review it, but I'm super happy. It was worth the wait.
Definitely.
I'm going to see what year did this book first come out.
Look, we get to it eventually. Like, you might have to wait a little while, but we'll get to it. We'll get to you guys eventually.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so I was absolutely right. When I guessed 2018. It was 2017. Just meaning that that's how freaking long ago it was. It was March 27th.
Almost 10 years ago.
Yes. Originally published March 27th, 2017. So, and let's see. doesn't say who originally published it, but that's how long it's taken to get 6 issues out and in your hands. And like you said, you don't even have some of them yet. So sorry to say, I'm not holding out hope to getting volume 2 anytime soon. And that's just the way comics goes. My bet is that this dude has a full-time job somewhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Not only that, to this day, I cannot find the comic book that I read when I was a teenager. And when I mean teenager, I mean like 13-year-old in middle school at my teacher's homeroom. And I just distinctly remember it being an image book and nothing else about it. And then I have tried to find this comic book series for years. No idea. No idea where or who or what it was, or if it even was Image. Maybe I created that after I started working in comics. I was just like, I think it was an Image book, and it became an Image book in my head, but it might not have even been that. And that's just comic books. That's just books in general.
Well, I have a similar thing. Maybe it's the Mandela effect, because I saw this movie on Elvira's Mistress of the Dark, and it was a movie where there's these men in bicycles, like bicycles and, black leather jackets, and they turn to sand at the end, and there's a frog in a jar in the movie, and I've been wanting to watch it again, but I couldn't. I went through the whole spectrum of movies on Mistress of the Dark. It's not there. But guess what? My aunt also remembers that movie. So how can we both remember the same movie and not being on the catalog of Mistress of the Dark? I don't know. It's crazy.
It might not be an Elvira movie.
I just I don't know. I've gone crazy. Anyway. Also to let you guys know, the writer and creator is David Crownson, and you can find him on Instagram, and possibly, I'm sure he has more trade paperbacks if you guys want to actually purchase the book from him, and available also on PDF if you want to reach out to him and have him have you purchase the trade paperback from him, because it's really a good read. It's really I can't wait for the second volume, but again, we don't know when that's
You're gonna have to.
You're gonna wait another 10 years.
Yeah,
It's gonna be another 10 years.
I'm gonna be 40 years old when the next one comes out.
And we're still gonna be screwing around with our computers because they don't work.
For sure. Are we ready to rate it? What is our rating scale, Kristen?
Yeah, 100%.
So we rate our books on a scale of 1 to 3 conchas. 3 conchas being the most conchas that Jen's mom ever let her eat in one sitting. So that was the best. But if a book is off our rating chart, more than 3 conchas, we give it our own personalized rating. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And I did have a lot of questions. I did have that one critique, but I really liked it. And it really hit a lot of the genre things that I like about Buffy and horror. And of course, it's Black History Month coming up in February. So we're focusing on Black creators and Black characters. And what better character to start with than Harriet Tubman? So I'm going to give it 3 conchas.
This is Sarah, and I'm also going to give it 3 conchas. Like I said, it's a long time coming. This has been years and years and years. Black Star Comics isn't even out. It isn't in existence anymore. R.I.P.
Right.
But yes, I've had my eye on this for quite some time. So 3 conchas.
All right. This is Jen. I'm gonna give it 2 conchas. I think it's still really good. I think I'm being very fair. But I enjoyed the storyline. I had a lot of questions. Honestly, the fact that there is no... It's mostly the fact that, one, it's taken 10 years. We don't even know if there's any further issues. There is no way to directly buy this book as well. We had to hunt down how to order it. Besides meeting the guy, please, you guys, post your items. I don't care if it was 15 years ago that you published it, but if you still have copies, post it. Have it available for purchase. Put it on there. Don't just as a PDF or something. I'm begging indie creators, if you have a website, have a big cartel shop, Shopify. I don't know what it is. Just have something on there and just throw everything that you have ever made under the sun in there, because somebody will want it.
Google does show that he has distribution through Simon and Schuster. So there's a big distributor, and pretty good for an indie creator to be distributed through Simon and Schuster. So I do not have Simon and Schuster quite yet, so I will have to try to get an account with them so I can get this book into the shop.
Yeah. And it's just one of those things that the minutia of being like an indie creator and like having like your own things, or like self-publishing, or even like anything like that. I just want you guys to make money, to have your things available to the public. Don't let it become lost. Yes. I want to be able to find it. So 2 conchas from me.
Facebook Marketplace. I don't care. Anyway, that has been our book review. All right, guys, now it's time for En la Librería. Jen, what do you have for us today?
So today I have for you 100 FAQ on making comics. Know the basics, avoid the blunders, by Shelley Bond. So I'm just going to read the synopsis that they have right here on the Kickstarter page. Hi, I'm Shelley Bond, and I've been reading, editing, and making comics since 1987. So I've learned a thing or two. I've edited over 25,000 comic book pages for behemoths like DC Vertigo from 1992 to 2016, working with legends like Grant Morrison on The Invisibles, Michael Allred on iZombie, and David Lapham on Young Liars. I created and curated Black Crown for IDW, which celebrated the music and comics connection. Most recently, I finished my magnum opus, a graphic memoir editing trilogy that was published through Off Register Press, a comic and design lab I run with my husband, artist Philip Bond, for our personal work. I also teach comics editing at Portland State University. So what could that possibly mean to you? I offer you the answer to the top 100 questions that have been hurled at me over 3 decades by curious convention goers, pro colleagues who want to add writing to their repertoire, or creatives from other industries who scream at me while holding a blowtorch to reveal the magic formula to making comics. I've always wanted to compile these oft-asked queries into one handy 6x9, 128-page softcover volume. The answers, not to mention the questions, might surprise you. The book breaks down into 5 chapters with approximately 20 questions for each category: idea/story, art, ballooning, lettering, coloring, production, printing, industry, professionalism. Questions include: how do I break into comics? What if my idea sounds like something that's been done before, or worse, done to death? How do I find the best artist, letterer, colorist, or printer for my comic without robbing a bank? What's a dummy book, and why will it make or break my final work? How can I distribute my comic in the aftermath of the Diamond distribution debacle? Whatever it said. Can I buy you a donut and pick your brain? I'm working on my first script called Title Redacted, about high concept redacted here, not in the direct message. What's a book about making comics without art and comics? Nothing at all, in my opinion, which is why I spent the past 25 years traveling around the world to be sure that I hired the right artist to provide the perfect visual accompaniment to my banter. From the upstairs studio at Casa Bond, it's your lucky day, because Philip Bond has agreed to provide the cover and adorn these 128 pages of insider info with his clever, cartoony lines and frequent catcalls to our newest editorial intern, Piper. And then there's a picture of a cat. I mean, the benefits of marrying a creative is that they can help you collab on your thing. So, writers, marry an artist. Artists, marry a writer. You know how it goes. But is it finished yet? The book is written, the cover is complete, the spot illustrations are being drawn, and we're in active design stages. Our printer is based in China, which means it takes 9 to 12 weeks for the books to travel by boat to our Los Angeles location. We plan to deliver our final files to the printer at the end of February, and barring a run-in with a pirate ship, the book should arrive in our warehouse in mid-May, which is their tiny garage. They have 3 reward tiers available: the softcover book, the soft hardcover book with 1/100 limited edition signed book plates by Philip Bond, and a digital book. We also offer a few of our comics making titles from the off-register press catalogs as add-ons. Whether you want to make your own comics or edit someone else's, 2026 is the year to put some red or black ink on the page. 100 FAQ on making comics is a great way to hit the ground running. And then they have a small thing for stretch goals, but this campaign has actually already succeeded. They had a goal of $5,000 and they are currently at 12,746.
Oh, wow.
With 442 backers and 26 days to go. You can always make a pledge without expecting a reward, but the base pledge does start at $10, where you get the digital edition of 100 FAQ on making comics. At $15, you get the physical copy. And there is a retailer bundle that is $60, where you get 6 of the copies as well. They are all out of the signed book club plates, so you can't get that one anymore. Sorry, guys. But definitely check it out. The art style is cute. I mean, the Shelley Bond, I mean, she has named some stuff that we've read that we're fans of as well. So she's obviously a very good editor if she's worked on all these things, and she's been in the comics book industry since 1987. So definitely check it out. It's 100 FAQ, so literally just the number 100 FAQ on making comics on Kickstarter.com.
That sounds pretty interesting. Pretty cool. And now it's time for Juntos y Fuertes. Kristen, what do you have for us today?
So today I would like to introduce all of our listeners to a production company that we have actually read one of the books in, or I don't think we read it, but I read it and shared it. Studio Sky Tiger, who is the publisher of What the Fuck Mama, the little book about the little sassy older grandma who says what's on her mind and doesn't care who's listening. But the production company is Studio Sky Tiger, and it is the CEO, it's run by Ray Anthony Height, and he's a freelance comic illustrator, storyboard artist, and creator. He's worked for Marvel Animation, Viz, Hasbro, Lion Forge, and Image, and he's also the creator of Midnight Tiger, Sky King Horus, and Zombie Eater. More of his credits include X-Men Blue, Star Wars, Dr. Aphra, Amazing Spider-Man, Fear Itself, and the list goes on and on. So I am sharing with you their Patreon because Ray is very much a lover of comics, so much so that he has created this production company to make comics that speak to his community. And he is a Black man, and he often talks about how a lot of times doors are closed for creators of color in the big comic book industry as a whole. So in order to combat that, he has created this production company. And so he says, why should you subscribe to his Patreon? And he says, for starters, it's just $1 to get access to everything he's offering. Far less money than you'd find in between a couch cushion or the center console of your car. He wanted to do that over on the Studio Sky Tiger Substack, but the lowest subscription amount was $5, so he went to Patreon so that it could be cheaper. And it's for 1 month of full access to the work that he never gets to share online, with an upfront view of his process. It says, however, if you're feeling generous and want to donate more, you definitely can do that. So his ultimate goal with Studio Sky Tiger is to build this brand, one that is rooted in his absolute love of comics, manga, and anime, as seen and told from his point of view, and sharing that with the world, hoping to inspire and connect with people the same way that creators he admired did with him. So point of note through from Ray is that he actually takes time to mentor a lot of younger artists, and one of the artists that he is a mentor to is Simone, the artist for I want to say Squirrel Girl, but not Squirrel Girl. The artist for Moon Girl.
Moon Girl.
So he mentors a lot of younger creators, and he really is focused on making sure that there are young creators that have kind of like help and support, because the comic book industry definitely is hard. I mean, Jen's whole Kickstarter that she just talked about is focusing on the fact that people ask so many questions on how to do it, and he is really out there doing the work and helping to be able to make sure that some of the creators who are trying to be involved in the industry have support. So he actually shared, and I don't know if either of you saw, with us on Instagram today, the first issue of one of his books. He shared with us a story called Sincere American Nightmare. And it was written and created by Jamal Anansi and illustrated by Marcus Newsom. So who is the creator of Lightning Strike. Yes. So he sent it to us. I shared it in our little chat that maybe that's a book that we can read and review on an upcoming episode. But for the rest of you, if you want to support Studio Sky Tiger, you can go to their Patreon site, and the let's see, the Patreon. You can go to patreon.com, and then it's just Studio Sky Tiger. You can do a search for, and just $1, and you can have access to all of the things that they are working on and behind the scenes. So that is what I'm sharing with you guys today.
That sounds awesome, actually.
Sounds awesome.
And I'm looking at this comic, and I can't wait to read it. And now it's time for Saludos. And Saludos today is brought to you by Kristen. ¿A quién estamos saludando?
Okay.
Hoy?
Today we're giving saludos to Greg Ketter. Now, who is Greg Ketter, you may be asking? And I'm going to tell you. Greg Ketter has spent nearly 5 decades selling comic books and science fiction novels at DreamHaven Books and Comics in Minneapolis. And this week, he has garnered so much attention and so much support and his shop has seen a surge of online orders and messages and just all kinds of just positivity directed towards him after a photo of him at a recent protest circulated widely on social media. He came out, he's from Minneapolis, and after the murder that happened this last week there of Alex Petty, he said that was just minutes away from his comic shop, and he went out to protest immediately after it happened, and he basically was just there to say that he was against what had happened, that something needed to be done, that he just never pictured anything like this ever happening in his hometown. So he really has been trying to garner support and people coming out to protest, and he is just a comic shop owner, and just really a matter of being in this place and standing up for what he thought was right, and because of that, people are showing support. So we are giving saludos to Greg Ketter, who is just a local comic shop owner in Minneapolis who is standing up against ICE and for what he thinks is right, and definitely against the murder of Alex Petty this last week.
I got a little emotional. I'm so sorry. just like trying to hold it in. Oh. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of this episode. Where can they find us, Kristen?
You can find us at comadresycomics.com, where there is links to all of our social media, and you can find out information about us as your hosts and about the podcast. You can send an email to comadresycomics@gmail.com, and you can watch us on YouTube every week when we upload an episode.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for listening in, and thank you for your patience in our chaotic schedule these past couple of months. But we're here now, and we will bring you hopefully a new episode every week. Thank you so much for listening. We have been your hosts. I'm Sarah.
I'm Kristen.
And I'm Jen.
Bye, guys.
Bye.